Hello, YouTube. I am Popefire, the Starfire God, and we're doing another speculation video. Now, I know I haven't done one in a while, and I usually try to do them as like videos so I can provide like visuals to go with it. But I decided this time I'd do this one as a stream. And I'm sorry it took so long. I was actually waiting for Speedy to join me. How are you doing tonight, Speedy?
Doing good.
Yeah, negative. But yeah, this week we're going over the Teen Titans
Oh,
cartoon and who Red X is. Now this one's actually a very interesting topic because a lot of people think
yeah.
that Red X is Jason Todd, and you know what? I'll probably like if I had to go with a definite answer, and I had to go, I would probably say it's Jason Todd. Now there is a little bit of evidence to back this up. I mean, for starters, he ends up getting the suit just out of nowhere. If you really want to go like super theory, we could do something like Robin's trying to move on to Nightwing, and Red X is Jason Todd. Dick is because this is Dick Grayson that is Robin in this series, and Bruce is using Red X to not only test Jason but also test Robin. Now, there's a lot of signs that could point towards Jason Todd, personality wise, but also but also in the fact that he kind of like he's a balance of a good guy and a bad guy. But it's also kind of funny because he shows up, and this could be another thing for him being Red X because he shows up in very crucial parts of like when something bad happens to Robin. Now the big one, of course, is in Revved Up, and we talked about this a little bit in the what's in Robin's briefcase thing, but he shows up before all the other villains, before Starfire makes it like aware that the other villains are that she tells Gizmo, who tells the other villains. So it could very well be possible that it's Red X sent by Bruce Wayne, or Jason Todd as Red X sent by Bruce Wayne to help Robin get his stuff back. Um, Now we do see in one of the billboards that Beast Boy has that Jason Todd is one of the options. Um, I'm looking at one of these comics I have about Red X in it, and because he doesn't really appear in Teen Titans Go, the issues very often, and when he does, it's not really him. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think on this subject?
Oh, I think.
Yeah, in the original, hold on, let me correct something. In the first season, Robin was Red X when he went undercover for Slade. We're talking about the current Red X and the person that stole the suit.
Yes, and from what I understand, yeah, I can easily see that as being Jason. Easily see that as being Jason Todd, especially since the Teen Titans Go comics at that time confirmed that Bruce existed in that universe.
Yeah,
So I could easily see Jason Todd being there since his name was one of the people that was mentioned, and because just his the way he acted and everything, it would
yeah.
be he'd be very convincing as like their version of Jason Todd.
Well, a lot of people say that he acts like he's older than Robin, but here's the thing: Jason Todd is taller than Dick Grayson. And this version of Dick Grayson is, I believe, around 15 to 16. Maybe ending the series at 17.
Yeah,
So it is possible that Red X is younger, about like 15 or so, because in this series, the Rob when we do see Jason Todd, he looks very close to Dick Grayson's age, and it is a possibility that he is taller than Dick Grayson in this as well. Um, Now, to me, it just seems like this was Bruce Wayne using Jason as a way for Jason Todd to be tested, but also a way to test Dick Grayson. And yeah, because there's
yeah.
a lot of like, how does he even get the belt back? Like he loses the belt in his first appearance, like the new Red X. Um,
Yeah.
Red X's Kid Flash. And then he suddenly gets it back and revved up. It doesn't make sense. Like I honestly do think that it was Bruce Wayne because Bruce Wayne probably knew about the suit because it's Bruce Wayne. He probably gave it to Jason Todd, as a test. Be like, hey, Dick's gonna move on to Nightwing eventually. Maybe you could be Red X and you can test out the suit for a little bit. And
Batman with the foresight.
yeah, and especially since we already see in the Teen Titans Go comics that he is in fact watching over Dick Grayson to an extent. I mean, he's not like stalking him or anything, but I do think that in the Teen Titans Go books he sees Dick as his child. I'm actually looking through because I have my trades out, and I think I'm
Yeah,
actually missing one of the
and
trades. But I'm trying to find the one where
and
Robin
didn't in one
like
of like
Batman's in
the
it.
the early and didn't in
Hmm?
like the early interviews it was mentioned that in that universe Bruce Wayne actually paid for Titan Towers to be built. I think it was mentioned like an interview by the
Um.
producer way back in 2003.
Okay, can you ask that again? Sorry.
I was saying, and wasn't it said in like a 2003 interview that Bruce Wayne actually paid for Titan Towers to be built in that universe?
I'm not sure. I mean, usually it's Victor Stone's dad, Silas, that built it. Now I could see like the
Yeah,
Doom Patrol, Bruce Wayne, all of them coming together because this is a much younger version. Because I think Beast Boy starts out at like 13 at this series. Um, so
yeah.
these are much younger heroes. So I could see kind of all the older characters in their lives putting money together to help build the tower. But that could very well be a possibility. Speedy is not Red X. A brainstorm of pop culture, a future version of Robin where his Red X actions caused the team to separate and they couldn't be fixed. So he travels back in time to help his younger self keep him and his friends together. That's a really interesting theory, but I don't think it's possible. I just because we already see future Robin come back in the Go comics, and it's Nightwing, and he's trying to stop, he's trying to stop evil Robin because Robin gets manipulated, and we already saw that because of that, when they fix it, Robin disappears. Like that evil Robin disappears. So I don't think future Robin, if he went back and changed his past, I don't think he would still be in the continuity. Like he would already have been disappeared.
Matter of fact, wasn't there a season 2 episode where Starfire got jumped into the future and
Right,
she
right.
met Nightwing?
Yeah, how long is forever? I mean, this is it is Dick Grayson as Robin in the series that's been confirmed. A lot of the big things that kind of ruin the theory that Red X is Jason Todd is, of course, that if Robin is Dick Grayson, he's supposed to be older than Jason, and Jason's calling him Nkeda and stuff. But that could just be Jason like messing with him. Slade is Slade. Red X is Slade.
Yeah.
There are alternate Robins, yes. Yeah, Night Pope actually doesn't have the link. If she wants to hop on though, because she actually probably could give a little bit of insight on this. But yeah, to me it always seemed like this was Bruce Wayne testing Dick. Like this was. Hold on, somebody just sent me a picture of
Oh yeah, and
Nightwing, and I'm like, oh, I have that one. Let me find Night Pope actually on Facebook so I can send her a message. Oh, I'm gonna be on EORT's stream tonight. He's doing one of the artists on their trusty sidekick is doing a commission for me, and it's gonna be of Night Pope, and it's gonna be so adorable. But yeah,
oh, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking through because there's only one comic. Like I think there's one comic that Red X appears in Go. I mean, I should have prepped a little bit more. Uh, but yeah, the one version he does appear in, it's not even actually him. Uh, I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think to make us think. Like, who do you think Red X is? Yeah, and Teen Titans Go is not
Because it
canon
couldn't
to
be
the.
Tim Drake because yeah,
Yeah, I don't. Okay,
because
so
it couldn't
here's.
be
It could be Tim Drake, I suppose, but because Casey is in the Teen Titans Go books, and Casey is the second Wonder Girl, I don't think he would be taller than Dick, and that's just not Tim's personality.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, and a good bit of Tim's personality traits have been given to Robin in this series.
The more detective aspect. This is when you really start looking at the Teen Titans version of Robin. It's very Dick Grayson with a few exceptions. I mean, the costume is obviously Tim Drake's. The bow staff is obviously Tim Drake's, but you can tell that at the end of the day, it was Dick Grayson that inspired him. Especially when you read a lot of the New Teen Titans books and you see some of the comparisons, like the one we talked about yesterday, where he goes really obsessive and like tracks down criminals and stuff. That's something that this Robin
Yeah.
in the cartoon did. Yeah, Reddick's only
Yeah, and
appearance
then
in
there was
Teen
the
Titans
Go
Go.
episode where he.
Huh? You're roboting on me, dude.
What were you saying?
Yeah, in the Teen Titans Go comic,
I'm sorry.
Redx has like one appearance, and it
Oh
doesn't
man,
seem to
hold
be.
on.
It's I think it's like Control Freak pulling a prank, but they like go and unmask him, and and it's just a robot.
Better now.
Yeah. Um.
Okay. And then I remember in the
Right.
Go episode of Teen Titans, you saw Robin say something like in that prequel episode, he said something like, I've just decided to go solo," or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that, kind of
He's.
implying that he had just broke away from Batman in the same way that Dick did.
Yeah. And he also considers Bruce Wayne his father figure. Um. Because in the episode Apprentice, I think
Yeah.
it's Apprentice Part 1, when Slade says, you may even start seeing me as a father and all those bats and stuff. But yeah, so there's really only a handful of,
Yeah.
I mean, other
I
than
was just about to bring that up.
just a nobody, which doesn't make sense because it has to be somebody that's connected to Dick, because there's too many coincidences, right? Like he just pops out of nowhere. He pops up out of when
Yeah.
there's really no criminal activity going on. And it just seems like, he's helping train Dick, and vice versa. That's why I feel like it's Jason Todd, and that this was actually Bruce Wayne going, well, you have a brother now. I'm going to train him up to be Robin. And essentially that's what Bruce Wayne did in the comics. Was he just sort of said, F you, Dick, he's Robin now, you gotta stop. So I could see Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne, especially if we're going off of how Robin acts, I could see this Bruce Wayne being a lot more uptight, I suppose, being a little bit more
Yeah.
connive, because okay, if we go off of Dick's personality in the cartoon, in the first season, he's willing to lie to his friends and willing to hurt them to get whatever he can done. Night Pope keeps hopping on, and uh, so to me, it makes sense that if he learned that behavior from Batman, then I could see Batman doing that and essentially training Jason Todd, uh, helping Jason Todd get the Red X suit, and then using Jason Todd to not only test Dick, because Bruce is probably pissed that he left, and he's also probably worried that he left. So he's probably using Jason Todd to test Robin, especially since from the Go comics, Bruce doesn't have a lot of contact with Dick anyways, and it seems to be that Dick, he still seems very angry at Batman, because I mean, if Batman and him were on good terms, don't you think Batman would go to the tower instead of creepily stalk him from miles and miles away?
Watching his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, it's a very high possibility that this was Jason Todd. Radix is actually an advanced Slade robot. Animated Bruce is more of a dick than Bruce in the. No, okay. Oh my God, poor Bruce, like poor Dick Grayson in the animated versions. Bruce Wayne is an absolute monster to him. He sleeps with his girlfriend and gets her pregnant, and then he doesn't even care enough. Like when Dick gets
Yep.
shot, he doesn't even visit him. Like that's what's so frustrating. Like people, like animated Bruce is kind of bad to his Dick Robbins. Red X is Tony Zuko. Yeah, I don't think so, because this is obviously somebody that Red X is obviously a teenager. And then I mean, when you also put together the fact that Red X is like, he loses the belt in his first appearance, like when it's the new Red X, and then he suddenly gets the belt back to help Robin, and he has all these cool new toys like a motorcycle. He's got a new belt. He's able to power his suit again with something that's really expensive. So it just makes sense that it's Bruce Wayne as it's Bruce Wayne training Jason Todd to go after Dick Grayson. And yeah, You got any thoughts before we close off? Bruce Wayne is bad to his dick. Phrasing. Ooh. Red X is Tom King.
Yeah,
I
other than
believe
Bruce Wayne
that.
being a jerk.
Yeah. Well, if you guys want to, oh, Night Pope, do you have anything you want to add?
Red X is Night Star.
Red X is Night Star. Actually, there may be a hint to Night Star in the Teen Titans Go comics. If you guys are curious, because when going back to like when Nightwing time travels to help Starfire and stuff to save his past self, he whispers something in Starfire's ear, or Starfire whispers something in Robin's ear that Nightwing told her. So there's a high possibility that Nightwing told her something like they had a child together, especially since this version of Robin and Starfire seem to be okay because they get together in season 4, between season 4 and season 5. They're together the entire season 5. When Dick travels back in time, he seems to be very flirty with Starfire, which is weird, by the way. Well, I wouldn't really say flirty, but he seems to be like really what would you?
Happy to see her?
Yeah, but not like not happy like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. It's more happy like, hey, I remember you, kind of. So to me it just seems like there's a possibility that that's what she whispered in his ear. Because I always took it as, because he's like all touchy feely with her, and that's not Dick, and Dick's not like that. So I think that maybe that's a hint towards a future Night Star in the Teen Titans Go books. But we will never know because Teen Titans Go is canceled and it's never coming back. And if it ever does, it's gonna be in that
Yeah.
And no, okay. Teen Titans cartoon is not
Red
related.
X Unmasked short.
Yeah. The Red X Unmasked short actually, like, it's more proof that it's very highly Jason Todd, because they said, I still think you're Jason Todd. Then they unmask him, and Jason Todd is voiced by Scott, the voice for Robin. And Robin also does the voice of Red X.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And then it ends with Beast Boy going, I still think you're Jason Todd. And then Red X like throws. Now that, you have to be careful with the new Teen Titans shorts, because they're not exactly canon. Because if they were canon, then Silky and Larry would be a ship, and that's kind of weird. He's Red Lex. Yeah, actually the Teen Titans cartoon, you know what? The next speculation video we'll do will cover the if what shows the Teen Titans cartoon is related to, because it's not related to the DC animated continuity, but there's a high chance it's still related to a certain other DC show. And a lot of that has to go with the way Robin looks, and also sort of like Robin's future and stuff. But yeah, we'll talk to all you guys later.
Yeah.
And please catch us on the next stream, which we may be doing Thursday. How does the Titans Thursday sound to you guys?
Sounds good. I hope I can make it.
Depends on how I'm feeling.
All right. Well, thank you, Night Pope, for showing up the last 2 minutes. Please try and watch EORTs tonight, because I will make my mandatory 5-minute stop before they have to start paying me. So see you guys later.